from LNG this split, but something that, again, if you've been playing League of Legends for any number of seasons and you're a jungler, you've got Lee Sin in the pool.
Yes, absolutely. It does have the ability
Important, as we see Zhao Hao fishing around it in the mid lane here.
Oh, Haichao looking for a trade, but it's going to receive the gank flash away, matched by Xiao Hao perfectly for the knockup, and it's first.
Wait to see where the Taliyah flashes to, moving your mouse to that, getting your flash in the right spot.
Oh, Perugia, lovely engage. The Alistair went from XD to you're done, Fish one. On with the kill in bot side, and LNG pushing too hard in mid and bot lane.
And this is the start that we wanted to see here from EDG. 3-0, double kill for their AD.
Push here, trying to crash these waves in and maintaining a small CS lead, but Perugia threatening with a Hex Flash as well. Gets in with a double knockup, straight into the boomerang blade of Fish one, about to get stunned up, but the bouncing autos will catch again. Perugia, you highlighted this player route, dude. He's already...
The answer has just been an unequivocal no. This Alistair has been absolutely incredible, as now Zhao Hao makes his way back to mid.
Oh dear, Haichao on a bit of a journey in the river, meets two members of EDG. It is going from bad to worse on this spot.
That resigns them to not being able to play in the play-ins. It gives Ultra Prime that berth into 4th place, and means that now the rest of this series is ultimately 4-0, as we see LNG and EDG want to, because the way that this early game has gone, they've just hit Hot Pot combo as well. I think this is their time to thrive.
Yeah, absolutely. LNG trying to take away some of these grubs. They are on vision, but it's not a grand rush from EDG over to that top side. Maybe going to give them a little bit of reprieve just for now. OVO is keeping an eye on any movements from mid lane. LNG will maybe find something, but now here comes the rotation. Actually hung around just a little bit too long, did the rel. TP in from Angel as well. Another kill for Ana's. Haichao trying to desperately scrape back, but a flash over Perugia dodges the seismic shove into the combo with the shockwave. Xiao Hao around the corner, and that's another death for Taliyah.
And Perugia once again showing why we've been so excited by this player. Harpoons at minions, and he can keep his team in the, just without losing anything on the top side. He'll be more than happy.
Now Fang has to dash back to OVO. Stuns up high, Xiao Hao on the engage. Perugia is ready, gets a flash out of the rel. Out comes the equalizer. There's the hotbot combo, and OVO nowhere to go, no more options. It's another kill for EDG.
No flash, no follow-up. You know how well it is that they've been able to execute on these early games, as Xiao Hao looks to find that second dragon of the game. Don't expect that LNG will really be able to find a contest for these long before the Soul. And a very, very tight window for them if they want to try and make their way back into this honestly in the next 10 minutes. And you can see they're looking onto this top side thing, or just knocking the Taliyah into the wall. If Xiao Hao flashes it, there's an opportunity for a flash follow if he wants it, but instead just decides not to, as ZDZ now may be in a bit of trouble.
Zika with the knockup and the second rotation from Taliyah, not cowed by that top lane flash loss, and will actually finally secure first kill of the game, first kill of the day for LNG.
And there we go, Zika trying to make some plays. Xiao Hao comes down to the bot side to get a little bit of gold, but there's a TP ward behind LNG here, one that maybe Perugia can look to spellbook swap to. Instead, they might just go through the front door here, and there we go.
Oh dear. Yep, Haichao flashing in. Xiao Hao, I should say, flashing in. Haichao
dodged.
Doesn't have a flash of their own. Perugia flies in with another headbutt. No escape this time for Taliyah. And OVO's around the corner with the flash from Zika, should get them out of dodge. Xiao Fang as well, waiting to see if there's an angle, as Angel has been having a very quiet game, a very cool, pleasant walk in the park so far on this first day. He's just taking top lane tower with no contest.
Yeah, exactly. You commit 2 people to the bot lane, play your 2 solo laners. It means that top side is going to go largely missing. And now Xiao Feng here looking for Xiao Hao. Not sure who it is that's caught who.
He's landed the Q, he's gone in with the kickback. OVO around the corner with a knock-in and a Magnet Storm with the crash down. Fish one ready. Can we get a kill on the carry? We absolutely can. But here's the rotation. At what cost, LNG? Fish one cooking down from ZDZ and a flash over from Arn to secure it. Rumble chasing down the Unara. And LNG go deep for a kill, but they give 2 back.
And importantly, right, I like the fact that the shutdown is on the Unara. A little bit of gold for Fish One means he's that little bit closer to being able to carry. But even On, still fishing here. This Sivir is an absolute fiend in this game, and On's going to find another one onto OVO, who on this rail, certainly struggling to keep pace with EDG and with Perukia. 12-2 now in this early game as we get to see maybe an interrupt on Xiao Hao's recall. And Angel, again, at this point, definitely strong enough to win this.
Yeah, the walk in the park is over, and now it's time for a scrap in the back alley. Drops the ultimate on Haikyao. Remember, still no flash, still no options. They are
The value is that each own item gives you 1,000 gold's worth of stats, and that's not enough to even get LNG back to being even. So it's yeah, it's looking pretty rough right now if you're an LNG fan, and honestly, the best thing that you can do is hope and pray that EDG forget how to close out a game, but with OVO caught in the jungle, it's not looking all that likely. The tier 1 next up for grabs.
Oh, Perukia again with an engage with a lovely shockwave to drag back Cunara, barely limping to safety. Is that late game carry in Fish one, but the turret's certainly not going to last.
And EDG just absolutely running roughshod over LNG in this early game, through into the mid game now as well. And I might look for Angel.
Okay, an easy flash away from Oriana, gets back to the turret, in comes Taliable, cannot connect the seismic shove, and Angel will walk away unscathed. But LNG trying to make plays, trying to find an EDG member on the back half there. Ultimately unsuccessful, and the Dragon now over Xiao Hao as well, with an early Cloud Soul point to play for.
Yeah, the flick going wide there. Unfortunate miss from Xiao Hao's Perukia. Spellbook Smite steals away the blue buff from Xiaofeng as they're just looking to get anything back, Trajan, and it's just not working.
This is a Perukia masterclass this game for sure. He's been catching multiple kills in bot lane. He's getting ganks off on the rest of the map in mid game. He's denying Xiaofeng from getting a jungle lead on Sin. This guy is just everywhere this morning.
For EDG, this is reminiscent. Hi, Xiao, though.
We've seen this before, and he doesn't have the flash, but right now, the Atakan is a bit of a different beast, and from what I can see on the general consensus of League analysts, we are struggling with the concept still.
Yes, and for EDG, looks like they're struggling with not fighting really. Hello.
Yeah, Perukia leading the charge in. We'll find OVO, but the TP's coming in. We are dropping it all on this Atakan player for LNG. Can they force the throw? But a shockwave removes Talia from the equation. Xiaofeng looking for a route in, but just can't find an angle. Zika picked apart in the 1v5, and the full chase is on from EDG. Again, it is just one by one. Down the line they go. LNG can find nothing.
An absolute slaughter, and honestly business as usual for EDG through this game one. Maybe Xiaofeng can snipe away a steal here, but it's going to be so hard done by. Spotted out with the flag, and you already know they're not going to leave this one up to chance. Perukia and ZDZ, like sharks in the water, they smell blood and they want it.
Dear, Perukia blocking the Q, over the wall he goes. ZDZ to complete the kill, and an Atakan.
Too deep. Goes straight in on top of the Alistair, in between the Oriana and the Jarvan. Eats a shockwave to the face and immediately gets taken out. Xiaofeng, this whole time, he throws one Q and then runs away. He's not a part of this fight. Knows that even if he W's over there to try and give some sort of disengage peel, nothing's going to happen. And we go back to live. Hao Chao's dead. OVO's dead with 22 minutes in, CJ. And I think that, EDG, they're already... this game, largely chalk and cheese.
Yeah, not what I'd call breaking news. The deaths of Hao Chao and OVO right there. 7 deaths apiece right now. Haikyao with one lonely kill as the towers continue to tumble on LNG's map. Their hopes of a postseason slipping away by the second. Zika trying to desperately get back to the top side. Again, we've not really had much to say about Zika right now. He was put into a losing matchup to gracefully scale up on Ornn. He's done fine. Xiao Hao with some pinks to sit on, step up behind the pit. And LNG, last team fight didn't go great, but they know they cannot just sit and wait or the game will just end. EDG forcing the issue once again. Xiao Hao over the wall with a perfect flank. He's going to get 4 of them in there. Down comes the hotbot, the shockwave, the combos, the ults just layering one after another. And the double knockup from Perukia just to put a pretty bow on it and a cherry on top. EDG decisively sweep away LNG's hopes, LNG's dreams, and they are looking to get themselves right back on the path to victory.
And that's the team fight we've been looking for, Trajan. A glorious 5-0 ace to seal game one.
no notes for EDG, to be honest. I don't know if anyone really made a material error in this game. 2 kills to LNG's name, 3 grubs, and that's about it. EDG showing the quality they have.
The safety and not actually throwing hands in this 2 versus 2 makes a little bit of sense. I do think that Senna versus Braum in particular actually a really good matchup. Senna's auto attacks not counting as a projectile, meaning quick that soul proc onto Fish 1.
We haven't seen too much of the junglers so far, but Xiaohao now ready to try and find an angle here. Remember, no flash Lucian, and the flash in from Perukia gets the hook, locks him down, and Xiaohao around the corner. This is just curtains for Lucian, but he's not going to go down without a fight. Picks up the first
Cautious,
kill.
I guess, of how EDG would be able to take down a tank with this composition, and we might get to see how they take down a 5 versus 5, or at the very least a 4v4, as looks like LNG are posturing around these grubs. And Zika down on the bot side, he has got teleport.
Wants to come in, he can. So far, EDG are going to take this more, and LNG again not pulling the trigger. Similar to game number 1, they'll show up for the play, but just cannot seem to get
the amount of souls that you're going to get, that's another one onto OVO. So whether or not he can stand and T-pose like that in the face of LNG without punishment.
He doesn't quite land the hook, and the Trundle Pillar will slowly advance. Dragon already completed. Now LNG a little bunched up. Actually, engage comes in from Xiao. Hi Xiao, but they engage right back in there. The public execution from CDG separates them off. Angel with the first kill into OVO. Finally, Xiao Fang on the board, but they cannot get the Akali off this. Azir's back. Fish on with the barrier to keep himself topped up. Can do a little bit of damage. But EDG, they get the objective. They
by this LNG roster, they're going to use that advantage to try to take this Rift Herald, but EDG again, teleports ready, heals ready, Storming Shadow coming up off cooldown.
All 10 members accumulating in the river. Herald done for Xiaofan, but he's taking a lot of punishment on the front line. Has to drop the shield down. Perukia over the wall, looks to lock them down. ZDZ with the first kill. In goes Angel. Now OVO fleeing. High Chow with the scoop back, keeps himself alive for now, but again, the solo laners from EDG are just inevitable. You put the wall up, they'll just leap right over it. And LNG are now trapped under this top lane tower. Fish one doing what he can. On poking and prodding. And EDG are just bottling them in this top lane.
Get the way
from the Nautilus. CDC doing what he can. Fish one desperately hugging the wall, but in comes Angel. Throws out the 5-point strike, and it's another kill for Akali. Now Zika, the last left alive, manages to scrape his way out. On reaching too far, and LNG's top laner
paying
again.
dividends for the time being. But Perukia, once again, eyes on High Chow every single chance he gets, looking constantly at how he can with this bot lane tier 1 turret. They do still have the Rift Herald as well, and that tier 1 turret in the mid lane isn't, you know...
Sadly, it will be at the cost of the Dragon.
Yeah, and I think this is a good play for LNG still. That taking turrets around the map, opening up the map as well. Actually, you know, looks pretty good for them at this stage. Might even be able to find it.
Now looking at second items coming in across the board. We've seen it almost entirely completed, for which EDG just Xiaohao left to get that one done on the Trundle. But LNG as well, we've already got the Rala. He's got a Flicker Blade and even more crit for Fish 1. So this Lucian is heading into a mid game and should be able to do a heck of a lot of damage. A big culling onto the right target could be game-changing. OVO, in fact, drops the ultimate onto Perukia. This Nautilus, remember, not so tanky, has to flash away, and Xiao Fang will secure it. In comes Zika from the side. ZDZ looking for an angle. Doesn't quite get stunned. Angel as well. Both the solo laners isolated, but Xiao Fang forgotten about on the left flank and goes down to Arm. Now Xiaohao can run forward looking for OVO. A root comes in. ZDZ dives. High Chow with a shoot back, but cannot stop Angel. Fish one back to the tower. He needs to try and survive, but Angel says absolutely not. Takes him down without a second thought. The triple for Akali, and EDG run the fight again.
Masterclass from Angel on this Akali in game number 2. Saw the Azir and decided that this is the matchup that he wanted, and we can see why.
Coming in from Zika, I'm not sure what the angle is here, but maybe they have one. EDG looking to just pick up this objective. The Atakan so well managed in game 1. Looks like it's going to be the same in game 2, wasting no time fleeing back to the base.
Almost on the top side, Xiao Fang just gets left like a lamb to the slaughter, and then the ensuing 4v4. About to cut back to life.
Oh my word, Xiao Fang again back in there, but look at Angel. He's into the backside again. ZDZ following up as well. 2 more on the board for this Akali. I think we're at 10-0 right now, at least for this mid laner for EDG. There it is. No assists required. It's all kills. Angel currently just sitting with the bulk of EDG. No crazy flank position just yet. Fish One and High Chow have got to be terrified of this threat over the wall.
Waiting for Angel to see what his pop-off can do. No shuriken flip, so there's not a way for him to get in just yet. On, though, in a bit of trouble.
That's the flash away, barely scraping away. Of course, the center being alive means he can heal up a little bit. The dragon forgotten by the wayside as Xiaofang looking for Angel to keep him out. He's being zoned decently right now. Faruqia, though, with the hook. Out comes the slam.
In
Down
goes
goes the dragon and into the backline again. It's Angel. You cannot escape this, man. ZDZ once again draws the target on Haichao's back. And it's the same formula every time, Rude.
But they'll be happy to take some gold back on the map. They'll take this bot lane tier 1, which feels a little bit... Everybody else has already fallen down. The power of the Scion may be good as a front line, but if it just gets ignored, what is it that LNG are to do?
Absolutely flawless by EDG, making such great use of their mobile solo laners, diving into that backline time and time again. LNG now trying desperately to pick up some bounties on the map, but ZDZ strolling down the river into a flank position, a double route from An. Angel surely just waiting for the chance to go in. ZDZ's been spotted. They have the Azir Sundisk as well that can delay this, but he's going to cut the wave for them. This just feels like, again, the tension building, and LNG trying to take this.
They're going to look for him now.
Can
he ult OVO?
Very isolated. Lovely follow-up by Zika and Fishon with the kill. There's something back for LNG now.
Go Baron. Honestly, this game is so difficult. As we get later, this is your best chance to get the Baron and also your best chance at trying to deny it. Stop Angel from getting in, steal away the Baron. Either of those are your win cons here, and it's still difficult.
Yeah, maybe Haichao can finally not get publicly executed in this play. They're already backing away. In comes the flag. Fishon, how is he so low already? On with the ultimate, moves the deal. Angel beautifully stasising through the Emperor's Divider, now annihilated on the backline as well. Takes out one, forces the flash from the second, dashes over for that one, and oh my word, EDG, it is just the same every single time. Even 4v5, Angel picks up the slack and does the work of both solo laners. Zika will get a last-ditch kill, but now the Baron's exposed.
Yeah, Faruqia cursing his AD carry there a little bit because On decided to hit 4 auto attacks on the control ward, and this is the Akali performance that we love seeing.
Yeah, finally choosing to bet on himself right here into the backline again. Goes into the stun combination with a quick shroud will get him out of danger right there. Xiaofang heading for the hills, just delaying the inevitable. Angel picks up another Haichao, maybe looking to strip away those Medjay stacks, desperately reaching for a Sand Soldier auto, but there's just not enough space for it. On with the fire back, and the Sundisk is up, but it cannot stop the march of EDG. One by one again, LNG crumble, and Zika so many times in this series, in this year maybe, abandoned onto the bot side tower to be the last death for LNG. Another Baron push is coming into
the minions. Guys, kill the Scion. We need the minions, please. They do manage to find what is another 5-4-0, and I mean, EDG at this point are just having fun with their food. It's taken them a little bit longer than game number 1 did, but On is to 145 stacks, 30 minutes into this game. Like, he's also attacking from the Howling Abyss. It's just not fair at this point to try and make LNG play this one out.
Yeah, with the level of stacking that they were doing from minute 1, forcing those early trades, playing the range so beautifully, and on now, it's paying dividends. You know, even with the build that static shivs, black cleavers, RFCs,
6+. And EDG probably looking to put the final nail in the coffin of this series.
Yeah, top lane tower falls. Gestural hook onto Zika, and the Culling comes out. Faruqia not even that bothered anymore. Now with the Ocean Soul, even Nautilus is hard to take him down at this point. The wave's crashing in. Angel always, once again, threatening from that mid lane. The Baron wears off, though, and the wave can be cleared out without too much problem for LNG. If they want to try and threaten, they could go for the Miracle Shuffle for a Pantheon stun. They're looking to try and isolate Angel. Of course, the Shroud comes down and simply walks away.
And he's got invisible.
Yeah, covering right here. Another knockup misses from Zika. Xiaofang doing what he can, but it's we're just you know, checking the watches, we're waiting. We've got buses to catch, everybody. So EDG,
Ocean Soul as well. I mean, this is probably just. Look at how far auto attack or On's auto attacks are reaching as well. Like, he's just constantly farming, constantly destroying the HP bars.
Yeah, Trickle in here comes down. Hook in from Barukia trying to force the issue. And ult goes down onto Fish 1, but there's the damage going through. Angel on the back line. 2 turrets be damned. He's still going for the kill, so the Ocean Soul gets it with the swag stasis at the end. Completes the double, makes it a triple, maybe the quadra, but they're already dead. There's no targets left for him. And Angel in a playground in this game. Xiaofang watching outside the window as his own Nexus explodes, sadly. But EDG,
wait,
needed
let
them.
him kill the Pantheon.
There we go. Completed the ace. We needed EDG to